Hi, I'm Karen McCarthy and it's time to Karen-ize. Today's Friday when we do some crafting, and I want to thank my subscribers before I forget. We are getting closer and closer to that 500 subscriber mark when I will be sending a gift to someone. Be sure to make comments because I'm going to put everyone's name in a little container and pull out someone who has made comments and send you some goodies. So, this has been quite the day of trying to do videos. I don't know if it's because our weather is bitterly cold and it's affecting how the internet is running or what, but if anything could go wrong, it went wrong. Plus, some of it must be user error because my first video is the right width or whatever for the screen, and then my last two that I spliced in, they're that with the box around it again. So I apologize for that. I don't really know what happened, but if anything could go wrong, it did. But we got it done, and I'm going to share 3 really quick and easy Valentine projects that I think you will enjoy. So without further ado, let's get to the projects. For this project, we're using a surface that I got in a Michael's grab bag. And I can use this for Christmas next year too. So I'm going to do it on the other side so that I can save the Christmas side. This napkin that I got from Dollar Tree last year, I've seen them pretty much every year at Dollar Tree. Mod Podge, of course. And then these little wooden heart cutouts that I got from Target Dollar Spot last year. I think there were 6 in a package. And we're going to use the red one. And then a little wooden cutout that I've had in my stash for quite a while that says love. And that's all we need for this project. Oh, one more thing that I do at the end. So first thing we're going to do is put some Mod Podge on that surface. And we're going to smooth it on as evenly as we can. We don't want any lumps and bumps because they will show up when the napkin is there. So I'm just smoothing it on and just continue to do that until I get it the way I want it. Making sure that I'm covering the entire surface, especially the edges. Then I'm going to separate the plies of my napkin, and I use that extra piece as just a paper towel. I'm going to carefully put that on a little bit at a time. I start at the bottom, and I'm moving it over a little bit because there are some words on the napkin I didn't want. And then I grab some saran wrap. You can use a grocery bag, anything like that, rather than your fingers to smooth it on because our fingers tend to tear the napkin, and those kinds of items do not. So I'm just smoothing up as I go, and if I get a little wrinkle, I can very carefully lift it up and smooth that wrinkle out, making sure that I go around the edges very carefully. You want those down really well. And then when I get done, I am just going to cut off the extra just to make it less bulky, but I will be finishing the edges later on, and you'll see what I do then. I went back and forth on how to do the edges. A lot of times I'll take an ink pad and just brush it along the edges or use some napkin with some antiquing wax and make it look kind of aged. But I decided that since this was Valentine's, I was going to do something a little different. So you'll see what I did. I'm just making sure that those edges are good. Now I'm going to paint that love. And I keep forgetting what the color is. It's Adirondack something. I even have a picture at the end, and I still can't read it. Maybe you'll be able to read it. I need new glasses. So I did like 2 or 3 coats on that, and then I did glue it onto the red heart and glued the red heart onto the project. I accidentally cut that part of the video out. And then I have this, it's not really ribbon, but it's sequins that are strung together in the ribbon section at Dollar Tree, and they're red and glittery. So I thought that would be really cool to have around the edges. So I just hot glued that on very carefully with just a little bit of hot glue. You didn't want it seeping through the sequins. And at the very end, because they are sequins strung together on thread, I put a little dab of hot glue just to make sure that they didn't start coming apart at that end. And that is the end of that project. Now I'm going to put that little dot, and there it is. Very simple. You could add a ribbon or anything else you wanted, but I decided that that was all I wanted to do. The next project I got from Target Dollar Spot, and I'm using a Temu ink pad and just running that along the edges to give it that aged look. Then I'm grabbing not a toothpick, Q-tip, and getting the spots that I couldn't get that way, and then also adding a little bit to that designed heart. Then I take it and just smear it across the larger part just to make it a little bit darker, and that is all I did for that project. I thought it turned out really cute. Here's just a closer picture of the paint and that ink pad that I got from Temu. The paint I got from a craft store. And then the next project, I don't know what happened to the video. I used the little alphabet stamps that I got from my last Temu haul, so I'm just showing you that. Now these, you don't want to use them if you don't have patience, or you want to just throw them in a box because they are time consuming to put back in there, but I just used them, and with the rest of the hearts I had, I just stamped the words on them with the same ink pad, and they turned out so cute. You could do anything you wanted on them. I just chose to do love, kisses, and hearts.